Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Austin. This is the gentle evening yoga sequence to help relieve lower back pain. So let's get started in child's pose. Before you get into child's pose, we're going to be using a strap. If you don't have a strap, you could use a towel or a scarf even. So coming into child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch. Arms come forward, fingers spread wide, forehead melts down. And as you begin in your child's pose, see if you can start to breathe breath into your low back. It sounds strange, especially if you're just beginning, but try and breathe so that you're filling up space in your low back. Our backs work very hard for us, so it's time where we're going to start showing them some love. Especially if it's the end of the day and we're winding down, that breath is really going to help release some tension. Just taking a few moments here before we start, just a little bit of movement, some gentle movement. And back pain is caused by many different things. Sometimes it's poor postural habits we have, sometimes it's tight hamstrings. But if it's any more than like a dull ache or if it's severe pain, please talk to a doctor. But if you just have like a dull ache or a consistent kind of lower achiness, this might be a good practice for you. A couple more breaths in child's pose. And then slightly walking your hands up, we're going to walk the hands over to the right. And imagining there's a little anchor on the bottom of our left hip and slowly reaching down. So a child's pose with a little bit of a twist here. And then slowly walking yourself up, come back to center and walk the hands over to the left. Again, feeling you have a little anchor in your right hip. Breathing into the lower back if you can. Walking back to center, coming onto hands and knees for cat-cow. Fingers spread nice and wide. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, collarbones spread wide, heart reaches forward, little bend in the elbows. Exhale, round your spine. Just moving with your own breath. Breathing in and out of the nose. This type of breath helps to activate your brain, helps to release anything that's accumulated during the day. And coming to a neutral spine, so a flat back, just a little tuck of your belly, and reaching your right leg back. And I like to just hang out here for a few breaths, maybe rock forward and back. Being careful not to get that sway back. You might be great here. This might be enough for you, or you might want to lift your right leg up and back. Keep the foot flexed. This might be enough for you, or for an added challenge, you may want to extend your left leg forward. So again, breathing into that low back. Couple breaths here. Gaze slightly forward, past the bridge of your nose, but no cranking in the neck. A little drawing in of the belly. If you catch yourself, just pull it in. Extra bonus, if you want to bend your right leg, reach back for the foot, quad stretch for one breath. And slowly take your time, release down. Changing sides. Extend your left foot back. Again, just start by doing a little rocking motion here. And this is great. This is definitely strengthening. You can stay here. There's no pressure to do the other add-ons. Only do the add-ons if they make sense. So if it feels okay in your wrist and everything, you want to lift your left leg up. Keep your back foot flexed. Practice breathing into that low back area. If this feels okay, maybe you extend your right arm forward. Gaze down the bridge of your nose or just looking down between your hands. A little drawing in of the belly, strengthening this back area. If you touch it, you can really feel that it's strengthening. Optional, bend the left foot, reach back, quad stretch for one full inhale, one full exhale, and gently release. Let's come back into child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch. And coming back up onto hands and knees, we'll take one downward facing dog. Fingers spread wide, tuck your toes, hips lift up and back. Pressing into the fingers evenly. A little drawing in of the belly. If you need to, just bend your knees. If you're feeling like this is super tight on your low back, just bend the knees. You do little bounces, even kind of rock side to side. You're just trying to make it feel good. You can pedal the feet. This is great for lengthening the spine, decompressing the spine. And bend the knees down. Hands on your knees, just come to a kneeling position for just a moment. If you need to, if this is too much on the knees, just put a blanket under your seat. Taking a moment to notice if there's any shift in the way your body's feeling, any shift in the way your lower back is feeling. If this is too much for your knees, you can just come to sit on the ground on a blanket. You could always lay down if you wanted to. We'll be here for about one more minute. And starting to listen to our breath a little bit more. So what we'll do is we'll inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth. Inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth. Inhale through our nose. Exhale through our mouth. Closing the eyes. And as you start to inhale and exhale, just starting to make your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales. Exhales a little bit longer than your inhales. And each time you exhale, just for fun, imagine that tension is just leaving your body. Tension in your back. Tension in your face is leaving. Tension in your jaw. Tension in your eyes, your forehead. One more inhale and exhale slowly. And gently blink the eyes open. Have your strap handy and make your way onto your back. So all the way on your back, your feet are wide, knees knocked together. So on your back, feet wide, knees knocked together. And just feel your low back releasing into the ground. And even here on your back, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, just at your own pace. And grab your strap. Take your feet parallel, knees about hip distance apart. Take your strap, keep your left knee bent, and place the strap around the ball of your right foot. Reclined hamstring stretch. So some of you may have a super bent knee. That's perfectly fine. Work with where you are. So a couple options for your arms. Your arms can reach up toward your foot and melt your shoulders down like that. Feet, toes spread wide. Or if it feels better, you can take your hands further down and have your elbows resting on the ground. Whatever you can do so that your shoulders can melt down. So we're trying to release tension in the back. We don't want to create more tension in other areas. So being mindful of that. And for today's purposes, for our low back, just keep that left knee bent. Sometimes we extend it like this, but sometimes it just feels good to keep the left knee bent. Coming back to that breath. Inhaling through your nose. Exhale through the mouth. Little shakes in your right leg is perfectly normal. And then taking your both edges of your strap or your scarf with your left hand, take your right hand into your right hip crease and just gently nudging that right thigh forward. And just maybe even just a couple inches, moving your leg over to the left. Just ever so slightly. So hopefully feeling this in your IT band, maybe even up the side of the leg into the ankle even. If you don't like your hand in the hip crease, you can take your arm out to the side. Move your neck to one side or the other, towards the right maybe, feels good. And breathe. Inhale through the nose. Spread those toes nice and wide. Press into the ball of the foot. And melt the shoulders down. And come back to the center. Release that strap. Extend both your legs along the ground. Just noticing the difference between sides. And bending the knees again. Knees and feet about hip distance apart. Keeping the right knee bent. Take the strap over the ball of your left foot. Reclined hamstring stretch. Taking a moment to set up your arms. So maybe they're up here. Maybe the forearms are resting down on the ground. Taking a moment to spread your toes wide. Pressing a little bit into the ball of the foot. If you need to bend a knee, perfectly fine. Take it as bent as you like. And breathe. Continuing with those slow inhales through the nose, completely filling up. And then long, slow exhales or sighs almost out of your mouth. One more breath. Grabbing both sides of the strap with your right hand. Left thumb comes to your left hip crease, kind of snuggling in here, pressing your left hip slightly forward. And then just a little bit, moving the leg over to the right. Maybe extend your left arm out toward the left. Gaze to the left shoulder melting down. A little goes a long way here. Remembering to breathe. Also super beneficial at the end of the day, just having your legs raised like this, getting the circulation running throughout the whole body, giving your tired legs a break. One more breath. Coming back to center. Release that strap, set it to the side. Hug your knees into your chest. Just little rocks, side to side. Maybe little rolls of your knees. Circles. Circling in both directions. And then starting to move towards stillness with the knees hugged in. Take your knees wide and just take a hold of your ankles or the tops of your shins. So sort of a modified happy baby. You can do little rocks here. Just like we did at the beginning, doing that same breath, exhaling out of the mouth, but imagine that you're breathing into your low back. Breathing in space, opening it up, relaxing those tight muscles, sore muscles. And then hug the knees back into the chest, and we'll finish with a supine spinal twist. So taking your arms out into a T position and just drop your knees over to the left. You can bring your left hand to your top of your knees or keep the left arm extended if it's okay in your neck. Gaze towards your right shoulder. So this is our second to last pose before Shavasana. Maybe right after Shavasana you're going to sleep. So even a more exaggerated breath. So just the slowest inhale you could possibly muster. Gently just sigh it out. So if you need to put a blanket underneath your knees or in between your thighs, if this feels like too much, please do that. You want this to be comfortable. One more breath. Slowly coming back up, gaze back. Bring the knees back into the chest, center out the hips. And taking the knees over to the right, supine spinal twist. Arms extend out into a T position. If it's okay in your neck, your gaze is towards your left shoulder. Each slow exhale, you're literally imagining like any tension is literally just melting away, being released. So each time you exhale, something in your body softens and relaxes. And gazing back up. And one more time, hugging your knees into your chest. And setting up for Shavasana, find a relaxation pose so your legs extend, palms face up. If this does not feel good on your lower back, one of my favorite things to do is wrap up a blanket and just place it underneath your knees. Coming to lie back. Taking one more of those inhales. Here we go. Deep inhale. Fill up completely through the nose. And sigh it out. Taking rest in Shavasana. Let go of your breath so your breath becomes natural. Shavasana is a time where you allow those healing poses to be like medicine for your body, so you allow them time to work. Your body is being fully supported by the earth here. Gently starting to deepen your breath. Maybe bringing one hand to your belly, just feeling the rise and fall of your breath. And slowly just reaching your arms up and over your head. You may flex and point your feet or rotate the ankles a couple times. Hugging your knees into your chest, rolling over to your left side. Rolling over on your left side. Just support your head with your bottom arm. Eyes closed. And using the strength of your arms, keep your eyes closed, pressing yourself up to a seated position. Noticing the sensations in your body and your back. And if it feels better, coming back to this practice again and again, and just gently easing your body towards better health. Bringing your hands to your heart, sealing in your practice. We'll finish with one Om. Big inhale. Bring your hands to your third eye. Namaste. I hope that practice served you today. Please let me know in the comments if it was of service to you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.